news. Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Ifeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning.
Yes, let's start the review with this day Nigeria's newspaper of record. Just above the lead story, Alake Onanuga's allegations. Obaigbena clears air, challenges them to present their candidates for debates. Reiterates journalists, not their opponents in 2023 election. Insists resort to blackmail. Fake news, bullying won't work. Yes, there was a retort from Dele Alake and Bayo Onanuga, spokespersons for the Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign council. And in that retort, well, several allegations were made attacking the person of Prince Nduka Obaigbena, CON. But again, you don't just attack somebody and run away. Now, in that 4-page rebuttal of many of those allegations, Prince Nduka Obaigbena stoutly defended his integrity. But let me just say one or two things about this day, where I remain an executive director. Well, once this day went to South Africa, for those who don't know, the South African newspaper industry is like a cabal. And coming into that space with the kind of robust journalism we practice in Nigeria, it was not surprising that they tried to tighten the space against this day. And this day, South Africa, you only need to put it on the table alongside other South African newspaper at the time. And everyone pumped in over $30 million into that project. Yes, we did a rethink. But the other issue they raised concerning Obaigbena and the defense of democracy, the defense of June 12. These days came into existence when Abacha, the Abacha junta banned 3 newspapers, Guardian, Punch, and Concord newspapers. Then, this day came out with its policy thrust: democracy, social justice, and free enterprise. On account of any of those issues, this day was ready to be partisan. Such was the defense of the June 12 by this day, led by Nduka Obaigbena himself, that the Abacha government were after his life. That for the last year of Abacha's existence on earth, Prince Obaigbena had to go on exile on advice of friends, of course, who were in government, who knew that there was indeed an attempt to extinguish his life, as if that will stop this day from pursuing democracy as we did vigorously at that time. So anybody trying to rewrite history that Nduka Obaigbena was against June 12 will have to do everything. The facts are there. The newspaper he established in the heat of June 12 struggle was more or less like one of the main mouthpieces of the NADECO and other pro-June 12 people. So I just think I should just add that. But clearly, the Prince Nduka Obaigbena has come out to defend his integrity very stoutly. 4-page in this day, this day, and you can find that online. Now, the lead story of these day newspapers, Wike, I will have won PDP primary if it weren't manipulated, insists it doesn't have any rift with Atiku ex-VP Okowa, PDP governors salute Rivers governor at 55. Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, of course, still very much in the eye of the storm because of course, the group he led is leading right now that the integrity group within the PDP. But we all watched that the convention of the PDP. What turned the tide, which he has called labor manipulation, was that, of course, Aminu Tambuwal, who was a presidential candidate, after addressing the convention like other aspirants, was given another opportunity to come and take the microphone to formally step down and ask his supporters to vote for Atiku. It was like a stab in the back for Nyesom Wike, who 4 years earlier take everything to back the same Aminu Tambuwal when he was running to pick the PDP presidential ticket ahead of the 2019 election. But such is politics, and Wike must have learned a lesson from this. But should that be why he should pull the house down? The PDP he struggled so much to build. When many were leaving the PDP, he stayed put and became the main voice of the opposition. But perhaps, as he has said, he has nothing against Atiku. If you are the beneficiary of somebody's stepping down, that does not make you a culprit. And Wike seems to understand that, but I think there are minimum he is asking for. If the presidential candidate of the PDP is from the north, the chairman should come from the south. How they can pull that before the elections is left to be seen. But Wike is still very much 2 foot in the PDP. He has not gone anywhere, at least as of today. Now, the Guardian newspaper, 2023, you will be disappointed. INEC forewarns PVC buying politicians. Caution supporters against baseless conspiracy theories. Insists polls will be one genuine voter, one vote. No PVC, no voting. Rigging will be impossible in 2023 general election, says AIG. Committee on Election Security assures of credible polls in Kano. Of course, the Punch newspaper also reporting this story. 2023, INEC vows prosecution of voters card buyers, sellers. Commission insists BVAs to combat PVC fraud. Police working with INEC to track riggers, force headquarters. All these assurances, I think, heartwarming you may say, but we want to see it happen on election day. Yes, yesterday we called on INEC not just to shout that people are buying voters card, but such persons must be identified and treated as criminals according to the law. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper on election spending. Politicians move to bypass cash withdrawals limit. Chieftains collect agents' account details in Nasarawa. Presidential candidates to spend 1.8 billion naira on agents each. APC mom as PDP labor kick. It won't affect our campaigns. NNPP PRP policy will force a change. Activists. Yes, the cash withdrawal policy. Of course, some politicians have been kicking, and Central Bank is saying, well, they are open to tweaking the guidelines, as it were. But we'll see how that pans out when it takes effect. The Business Day newspaper, inflation, consumer goods firms take comfort in smaller parts. Yes, battling the fallout of rising inflation and soaring cost of doing business, fast-moving consumer goods are now resorting to packaging their goods in small packs, which families can afford at least one at a time. They take care of today and wait for tomorrow. And I think it's a good sales approach. I can see vegetable oil in small packs. Ayo, you should know much about that. You see milk in small packs, even liquid milk in small packs, so that at least Nigerians can afford to buy this one at a time. But it's a strategy which the consumer goods producers are adopting. Now, the Nigerian Tribune. Reps give NNPC 7 days to end fuel scarcity. Task NMD, PRC, DSS, police to enforce regulated price. Decry high costs of living at 17-year high of 21.09% in October 2022. Now, the Nation newspaper, banks get matching order to sell off Disco's shares. Government explains sack of core investors. Targets 22,000 megawatts. Yes, banks holding majority stakes in 6 electricity distribution companies yesterday got a matching order from the federal government to divest within 12 months. The Minister of Power, Alake, gave the ultimatum and said government was monitoring the operations and divestment process of the 6 discos to ensure compliance with core objectives of restructuring the power firms. Yes, Nation newspaper reporting that. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, PMS crisis. Reps give Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited 1 week to end fuel scarcity. Insist crisis artificial. Mandate Regulatory Commission to collaborate with police, DSS, to ensure product is sold at regulated price. Because that is what it is now. The price is regulated. The government is subsidizing. So why should it be sold above the regulated price? We've canvassed, we've campaigned, we have argued that we should remove the subsidy so that the trillions we spend to subsidize petroleum products for owners of 5 jeeps to be buying cheap fuel should be channeled to education, to the health sector, and other areas of needs, including infrastructure. Now, the Vanguard newspaper also reporting that Story Petrol, NNPC, slashes price for marketers to ease scarcity. But petrol is being sold at over 300 naira in many parts of the country. Now, the foreign newspapers quickly. Yes, the Times of London. Lives are at risk. Nurses, leaders tell union chiefs. Fear for cancer patients and child mental health. Yes, the chief nursing officer of UK, Dame Ruth May, is appealing to nurses because the strike that will see 100,000 nurses walking out of hospitals is going to create serious problem. Patients' lives could be at risk because of the nursing union's failure to protect key services, including some cancer care during the first national strike. She's warning people who are doing chemotherapy, cancer patients who are on chemotherapy routine will have their appointment terminated. And children suffering from mental health will not get attention. What is to be done now? She's appealing that more areas of critical care should be excluded from the strike. Will the nurses listen? Another matter altogether. The Daily Telegraph. Sunak, I will stop those who get here by cheating. Crackdown will end abuse of our generosity by illegal migrants. The Prime Minister writing in the Telegraph newspaper today, the Daily Telegraph newspaper. And he's saying migrants who get to the UK by cheating will be barred from claiming asylum. And in his words, anybody who entered the UK illegally will have no right to live here. Enough is enough. We must stop the boats. And we will. Ruben, Rufai, and Ayo, the Prime Minister, they're talking tough in the UK. No way for illegal migrants in the UK.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Emmanuel Efene, we need to go. Thank you very much. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.